Jeffrey has plans to come to the United States to work and pay his school fees. He manages to get his first on-campus job in the first month after coming to the States, thinking he was going to make so much money to help him pay for his college fees. He receives his first paycheck in 2 weeks and it was nothing to write home about. $250. How can Jeffrey survive on $250 in the US? Alright, so 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks? I think last week, I made a video or a vlog, and in the vlog I showed how I work, or the work that I do on campus, and how I juggle it to school and all that stuff. And someone asked me privately on my WhatsApp that could I break down how much people normally make in the US as an international student. So I thought it would be right if I go raw with you guys, so you know the reality on ground, because I always tell you guys that what I came here and I went through, I wouldn't want people to also go through that same thing, because it's very painful, it's very traumatizing, and it's very depressing. So I'm going to be showing you guys how much I made for working for 2 weeks in my school. Working at the library job, and I don't know how many hours I worked, I forgot, because I have been planned for 10 hours for the library job, and some people normally make me take their shifts for them because they get busy. So I sometimes run people's shifts for them and all those things. Now the salary, first of all, is based on the particular state you live in. My state has the worst minimum wage, which is $9 an hour. I am in West Virginia, and it has the lowest minimum rate. In New Jersey, it's $16 or $17. It's in New York, it's I think 20. I don't know. I stand to be corrected. I don't want to mention figures, but other states has $10. In Ohio, I understand it's $12. In Virginia, it's also $15 or $12. So I forgot. But every state has its minimum wage, and minimum wage are normally the amount that no officer or no company should pay below. So let's say if you're in Ghana and the minimum wage in Ghana is 10 Ghana cedis, meaning no employer has the right to pay you below 10 Ghana cedis. No one has to pay below that amount. If you are in New York and your minimum wage is $25, no employer has to pay you below $25. So that is the same thing. So in my state, no employer has to pay you below $9 an hour. And the funny thing is, the minimum wage is normally for students. The minimum wage is normally given to students, people who work on campus, because mostly on campus jobs don't really require so much energy, like, you know, the real life work and all those things. But the mistake most people do is they come here thinking they can rely on the on campus job. That is why I want to change your mindset. I want you to change your whole perception about this thing. So I would answer how much I made in the past 2 weeks, but then we'll talk about why you should work on campus, whether you are being paid much or you are being paid less. And the first thing is the experience. Now I can add it on my resume that I work for the IT department in my school. I worked as a resident assistant in my school. I worked as a librarian in my school, and it helps for my resume. In fact, I got the library job because I wrote on my resume that I have worked in the library at the Ministry of Finance, Ghana Statistical Service. So they had a library there, and that is why I did my internship when I was in Ghana. So I added it to my resume, and it's probably gave me the chance to get this library job. And it didn't really require so much energy. I mean, just sit down at the front desk and do whatever you want to do, like use your laptop. In case someone wants to ask something, just speak to the person. If someone wants to talk to you on the phone, you just pick the phone, transfer it, and all those things. So yeah, so let me make it clear. The most important question: can the on-campus job help you pay your fees? No, it cannot. I'm begging you, it cannot. And this is why it cannot. You might think there is a way. I know when you're back home, in your mind, you think like, oh, there might be a way. I'm exceptional, right? There could be a way, but there is no way for you. When the school realizes that you are going beyond that 20 hours, they will know. They are the ones with the paperwork. They will know that you are going beyond the 20 hours limit, or the 40 hours a week limit. Now, when do you work for 40 hours? You work for 40 hours when school is not in session. So holidays, you can work full-time, and vacations, you can work full-time. No company will hire you for more than 40 hours. No one will do that. So during school hours, you can work just 20 hours a week. And during summertime or vacation, you can work 40 hours a week. When you can get a job, that is if you can get a job. Now, when it comes to internships, as far as I know, you cannot get an internship within your first year in the US. You can only get an internship after being in the US for 1 academic year. That is when you qualify for an internship, or the CPT, where you can work off campus and intern. And to even get an internship is another problem. I posted on my LinkedIn that I applied to over 50 plus internships, and they all refused me. Yeah, they all refused me. Some interviewed me, some didn't. So that is it. So you can't necessarily rely on the on-campus jobs to pay you. When you get on-campus jobs, not only is it going to pay you minimum wage, but you're also going to pay taxes aside that minimum wage. So let's say you are making $100 every week from the campus job, and you pay taxes of, let's say, $15 or $10 or something. How much are you taking home? And that balance you get alone with your phone bills will take just that balance. So I hope I've done a great job changing your mindsets that no, you can. I don't know anyone doing on campus job to pay their fees. I don't know of anyone. So yeah, I do the library job and I get paid. I don't know the amount that I get paid an hour. I haven't calculated before. They haven't told me before. All I know is I get paid. And I'm a resident assistant. I am not paid for being a resident assistant because they gave me a scholarship for that. But I am being paid to sit at the desk because it is not my duty to be a desk assistant, to sit at the desk from evening to morning. So anytime I do that, it normally comes once every 2 weeks or so. Anytime I do that, depending on the number of days that I could cover, they pay me for that hour, and I don't know how much I am being paid. So without further ado, I don't know when this date was, but I'm going to show you guys how much I got paid in the past, or this was just yesterday. Today is Saturday, so yesterday. So this was how much I got paid in the past 2 weeks. So 3, 2, 1. Here. Psych? No, here. Oh, where should I put it? Okay, I'm gonna fix it here. So this is how much I got paid for working for 2 weeks here. $179. Now the reason why I'm making this video is this is not how much I get paid every day. It can be more, it can be less. I won't tell you the figure that I get paid, but this is how much I got paid. And the reason why I'm saying this is because imagine relying on this $179 to pay for your school fees. Like imagine, let's say your fees is $10,000. How much or how many weeks or hours can you work to save this $179 for you to even pay for your tuition or something? You get it? And secondly, this money I've already given it out. I already planned that. I didn't know how much I was going to get, but I sent it to someone in Ghana that do this with them, and I didn't even touch it because I have so much money. Like I have a lot of money that I don't even need money for anything. So yeah, that is just by the way. I'm just kidding. So this was how much I made, $179. I don't know how many hours they calculated for me. I don't know how much they paid me for an hour, and I don't care to ask because I'm like, what is the point? So yeah, so use this as a baseline. Once again, it is the states that I'm in. It is the kind of job that I had. It is there are rules in the school that we pay international students or we pay campus students this amount of money. So this is how much you qualified for. And I'm not the type to ask, hey please, I don't think it's correct, blah blah blah. Just okay, no problem, it's better than that. They gave me $179. It's fine, I'm grateful. I didn't use the money anyway because I don't need the money. So yeah, that is how much I got paid. This is a yardstick. I'll be bringing people on my YouTube related because I don't know, I just love YouTube right now. I just feel like YouTube is like vibe. I can sit down and talk and all those things. So I'll be bringing people on, and the question I would ask them, I would try my possible best to ask them is, can your on-campus job pay for your college tuition? And we'll see the answers that it gives. So I hope this video answers a lot of questions. If you are back home doing the budgets that, oh, you know, when I get there and I'm able to get a job, and you know, hey, right now I'll be what? I'll work for 16 hours. Please, before done that. That is the estimate. So imagine I was supposed to pay fees here, and I'm getting $179 every 2 weeks. Imagine. So yeah, that is it. This was what I had in the previous weeks. Not every week. It can be more, it can be less. It depends. So yeah, I hope this video clears certain worry or certain doubt or misconceptions that you had about working here. So yeah, that is it. Let me see my script. I don't really have much to cover, but I'm really doing this campus job for the sake of experience. I mean, you need work experience in America to get jobs. Americans will barely hire you if you don't really have a work experience in the US. They'll only hire you if you have a work experience in the US, not outside the US. So I have work experience here now, irrespective of the pay that I'm getting. So yeah, that is it. So I always advise people to get a skill that it can pay you a lot. I know people here who are working, they have businesses in Ghana, so they are managing the business in Ghana whilst they're in the US, and it's making them a lot of money. So don't come here with no plans to make money, with no plans to do this or that. Always make sure that there is a plan to support, because America is a great place, but it can be terrible for you when you have money. I'm telling you, take it from me. America would be terrible for you when you are broke. Imagine waking up the entire day and you have just $10 in your bank account with no way, you don't know when you are going to get food. You are just with no skill, nothing. You don't know where your next income would come from. It's very painful. So always use this time whilst you are applying to schools, all those things. Find something that when you come, you can always rely on it. If you want to start a business that is very remote, you can start it when you're in Ghana, and then when you come in, you can just grow it and then use it as a side income. Because when you come here, chances that you will barely get a job in the first few months of coming here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you. Go to the link in my description. I have some information there for you as well. Thank you.